Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. This is the 2020 journal tag by Melly Rose. So yeah, let's just get straight into it. The first question or prompt is completed journals of 2020. I only completed 2 journals this year, and then I have my current journal, which is still going on. This one started my current one is from September to now. So it's been a good while. So let's just get into it. This is a Traveler's Notebook that my grandma gave me for Christmas in 2019. She gave me a cover too, but it's around here somewhere. I just can't find it. I was using it for work, but I've tried several times to use a Traveler's Notebook and it just never worked out just because of the size. But for whatever reason this time it did work. This one is from January 17th to March 2nd. And March 2nd. And this is right before the pandemic really started. So I have that, and then progressing into the pandemic, and just like everyone else, freaking out a little bit. And let me show you some of my favorite pages from this journal. I'll do that for each one I show you. So here is a little collage. This is a character that I commissioned my friend to make. It's just a vampire. I just really like vampires, and I think she came out really good. My friend's really talented. So another one is this page. This is from my fiance's birthday. This is some wrapping paper I wrapped his present in. He hates Minions, but I thought it'd be kind of funny to wrap his present in a Minion wrapping paper. And then this is a Valentine's Day card from Robin. Let's see. This is some scrapbooking paper I like. Something about this journal is that it was in my purse, and there's a water bottle in my purse, and then it all got wet. So there's some water damaged pages and smudges. So that's annoying. But yeah, so it's interesting. I haven't picked this up since I finished it. So it's interesting to see the progression into regular life and then into the pandemic. So this is a flip book from Megan, which is really cool, and there's a little picture of me in there. And then after this, I went into this Exceed Journal. 100 GSM pages is my favorite type of journal. I said in my previous video, my preferred size is 8x11, but I don't know, measurements always get mixed up in my head. Whatever the standard size for a Leuchtturm is my preferred size. I think these are just slightly bigger than a Leuchtturm, but not by very much. But I really enjoyed this one. This one is from April to September. And between that, there was that failed journal of my Happy Mail binder. I intended for that to be a journal, but it just didn't work out. So I took out those pages and put them in a manila envelope. So yeah, let me show you some pages from here. Here are some cupcake doilies. I really like these. And then this is a note from my mom, which every journal I try to get one of my family members to write me something in here. It's usually the same thing, but that's fine. Let me see. Maybe there's more I could show you than what is here right now. Oh, this page, it's one of my favorite pages I've ever done. This is just random stuff. This is a picture of my mother-in-law's cat. And she used to sit there and watch me work when I was at the job where I could work from home. So yeah, this is just I got this image in a junk mail magazine, so that was nice. And it was really nice to watercolor all these hexagons. And this is from a Breathe magazine. Alright, so the next question is unused journals of 2020. Sorry about that. This is a journal from my friend. She gave it to me for either Christmas or my birthday. It's about 4x6. It's just a little bit too small. I used it for about 2 weeks. I used it from September 10th to September 20th, so like 10 days. But I want to try and use this one this year so that I can finish it out, because I love looking at small, chunky journals, but it's just so small that it's hard to write sometimes. But I'm going to try and finish this out this year. I always feel weird about stopping partway through a journal and then starting it like months or years later. I don't know why, that bothers me, but I want to use it up. I thought about using it as an art journal, but I don't know. Here's one page I can show you. This is, use some acrylic paints and some Posca paint pens. It's kind of based on a dream I had. Ever since I was a little kid, I've always dreamed of tornadoes, and in this dream I was standing on a platform overlooking a flat landscape, and then there's 3 tornadoes coming towards me from the horizon. It was interesting. So yeah, that's all I can show you with that one. So that's my only, well, one of my unused journals. So 2 completed journals and 2 failed journals. So 3 essential supplies. One of them is my watercolors. This is a tin from some cheap watercolors, like my first watercolor tin I got 5, 6 years ago. So I took out all the old cheap ones and I put in the pans from my, these are my Jane Davenports. These are probably the ones I use the most. And then these are Prima watercolors. So I have one more row, so when I get another watercolor palette someday, eventually I'll have a full set in here. So these are essential. I use these a lot. I've been drawing a lot and using those watercolors because I prefer those over colored pencils. I don't really like colored pencils. Another essential is not really double-sided tape. That's it. I was trying to think of what is really essential for me, because I don't want to say obvious things like a pen and a notebook. So double-sided tape. This is probably the 3rd time I've ordered this set of 12. It's covered in here, sorry. But these are, like, I use these all the time, every day. So watercolors, double-sided tape, and then I would say ephemera from my daily life, which I can't show you because they're in my journals. And then I would say that glue sticks, and I really love the Elmer Craft Bond or the Elmer Extreme. Those are really, really, really good glue sticks. And on Amazon you could buy like a pack of 13 of them, 12, 13, something like that, and those lasted me for a year, but they're not selling that big pack anymore. So I'm trying to find a place where I can buy these in bulk so I don't have to keep buying them as individual or 2 packs. So yeah, the next one is 3 blank journals that you're excited to use this year. I don't know how many I'll use since my journaling is slowing down, but that's not because of the pandemic. It just has been doing that. I used to journal, I think, if you were on my channel when I first started it, you'll see I would fill like 5 journals a year or something, but not so much anymore. So this is one of the inserts. This is a magazine, one of those free magazines, and I liked it, so I covered it in that. It's just blank white paper. It's kind of cream. The binding is staples, so I might have to tie some string around it as it gets chunkier, because the other one was stitch bound. And here's the back. So there's this one. The next one I want to try and use is this really beautiful journal. It is from the Ren Fair from about 2 years ago. My fiance bought it for me because he saw how much I liked it. So this is, hand painted, and it's really gorgeous. Well, it's hand painted according to the guy who sold it to us, but It's really, really beautiful. It's leather. It's the only thing. There's a ton of pages to it, but there's the thing with it is that it's kind of the texture feels like a kind of like a napkin, but slightly thicker than a napkin. So I always do pen tests to see how I like it. So writing on it's kind of weird. I wish the paper was smooth, like a parchment paper, but I'm gonna try and use this one up this year. I don't know when though. So I'll just put them there. You can look at them, I guess. The next one is this Exceed journal. It's a smaller size, and I think all of y'all are pretty familiar with Exceed. It's this slime paper. I usually use dot grid. I really like dot grid. I think it's my preferred type of paper, but I'm gonna, go back to line paper and see how I like it. So it's 100 GSM2. So I think it looks like there's a lot of pages. There's 250 pages, but they're just thicker. So I think the journal looks thicker than it actually is. So I like this one, and the final one I'll show you is this one I just got. It's another Exceed journal, but it's really, really big. I've been eyeing these for months and months, and I was resisting buying it because I didn't know if I'd like something this big, and it would take me forever to get through it, which is fine. I don't mind that, but I might, before I do this, once I finish my current journal, I'll switch to a smaller one like this TN, just so that I'm not going from thick journal to thick journal. Not that it really matters. I guess I don't understand why I want to finish one when I'm just going to do the same thing in another one. But yeah, it's really, really big. It's like composition book sized. So I'm really excited to use it. It has 100 GSM paper. Really, really nice paper. Something I found out is that good paper is really important to me. And so those are the journals that I'm excited to use in 2020. So the last question is, what motivates you to journal? Oh, I didn't even show you my current journal. So let me just do that real quick. So current journal, another Exceed sticker from a friend, it's from the Dr. Pepper Museum. And let me show you a few pages I like. So I like these. These are some wrapping papers that I got. So yeah, some really cute. Some of them are retro wrapping papers that I really like. Especially this one's my favorite. I showed that one. Let's see. Oh, something I've been doing is a lot of photos. So here's a picture of my fiance and I's first Christmas tree as a couple. That's our own Christmas tree, not a family one that we helped decorate. So that's there, and this beautiful card I got from a New Mexico thrift shop like 2 years ago, and I really like it. So yeah, and then here's like some Christmas pages. Okay, anyway, back to what motivates me to journal. When I first started journaling, it was just to get emotions out. I kept a journal in high school, but I kept it in Japanese. I'm conversational. I'm not fluent in Japanese, so in order to keep my privacy, I would journal in Japanese. And since it's my second language, I'm not very strong in it. And I guess at the time, like writing complex feelings, like I could write, I did this today, I feel sad, or I'm this or that, or I ate this, whatever. But once I got to college, I started journaling in English, so, it was easier for me to really put complex thoughts on paper. And, so it was kind of out of necessity, and then eventually I found creative journaling. I'd found the journaling community because one day I was sitting in my dorm room, and I had been actually using the journal consistently. I was thinking about that. I'm like, well, I'll look and see if there's YouTube videos about it. And that's when I found the journaling community, like Paperworm, Journal CEOs, I think one of the first ones, and this Paperworm. And Megan's Diary. She was TubeTube at the time, and Cassandra May. She's not on YouTube anymore, but you know, people like that really inspired me to start journaling, and I kind of realized that a journal could be like a journal slash scrapbook. It didn't just have to be writing if I didn't want it to be, and so partially that, partially because I felt that I kind of had an existential crisis in that, you know, I'll die and everyone will forget about me. So I want to leave something of me behind. And I don't know if how long these will survive, but you know, people of the past, they're simple little composition book notebooks, diaries she has that have lasted 100 years. So obviously I'd love these to stay in my family, but if they don't want it, I hope that if I have kids, I can instill in them, if you don't want these, donate these to a place that takes journals or an antique shop, or just don't destroy them. Even if you give them away to someone else who collects old diaries, I'd rather have that than anything else. I don't want them just thrown away. And now it's really just a habit. It's really just a habit I do. Obviously I enjoy it, and I like being able to look back on things, but it's mostly a habit. I don't journal every day like I used to. I think for a good 3 years I journaled every single day, but not so much anymore. But yeah, if you are thinking about starting a journal, just do it. If you're sitting there thinking about it and how to do it and everything else, kind of think of the fact, do you sit there and plan how you're going to enjoy a movie? Do you sit there and plan how you're going to enjoy a roller coaster ride, or whatever hobby you have besides journaling? You don't sit there and plan it, so why are you planning writing in a notebook or making a collage? Because it really takes all the fun out of it when you do that. And I overthink things too, and things I could enjoy, I don't, because I overthink them. But there's my soapbox. I hope you enjoy. Let me know if you have any questions, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.